Good morning. My name is Melinda Vasquez. As an affordable housing advocate, I have been a champion for working families for years and have fought hard for them to have attainable housing options. We are here today to call on Golden Door Spa and the No on B campaign to stop spreading misinformation and to correct the falsehoods they are spreading about Measure B, the better choice measure. To that end, the campaign has sent letters to general managers of local television stations asking them to cease and desist from broadcasting Golden Door's false and misleading advertising. We've also sent a letter directly to the campaign requesting the same. Simply put, Measure B asks voters to affirm the San Diego County Board of Supervisors' unanimous approval of 2,135 homes, not one of which would cost $1 million. In fact, according to the legally binding covenant placed on the deed of the property, at least 60% of these homes must be affordable priced for families earning near the median income or less. The provisions of this covenant cannot be changed or removed. It's guaranteed. There are housing options for low-income renters and purchase options for young professionals, young families, and senior citizen community. Name a new community today where people of all income levels are included in a development. Measure B will ultimately help address our region's housing crisis and provide San Diego working families with affordable living opportunities that have become rare within our region. But this will only be possible if we come together to vote yes on B, the better choice measure, during the primary election on March 3rd. For these reasons, we ask the billionaire owners of the Golden Door to stop spreading misinformation and support housing for working families in San Diego County. Now, I will turn it over to Dr. William Benson, President of Pastors on Point.
Good morning, and thank you for having me here today. My name is Dr. William A. Benson, and I'm the president of Pastors on Point. For too long, our working and middle-class families have been primary victims of our region's housing crisis. As a pastor whose congregation primarily resides in Southeast San Diego, I know firsthand that the struggle of finding affordable, reasonable price housing in this community as a value and important in telling of the truth, especially when it comes to helping our local families. Measure B will not create luxury departments of developments. It will be against the Golden Door claims. It is false. And in today's dollars homes, it starts at $300,000. And on behalf of the average price of the housing of San Diego, Measure B is committed to providing affordable price housing and legally binding and affordable through a restriction and a property deed. That the truth, and I am here today to stand up for that truth. Ballot Measure B are not required to tell the truth, but you are urged, and we urge the local news and television station to have integrity and to stop feeding such harmful falsehood for the public so them to be able to be hurt for working class family. I hope that the public will see through this misleading and misinformation that has been spread about the measures and join us with voting yes on Measure B on March the 3rd. With that, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Ken Sauter, an advocate of the affordable housing who also worked tirelessly to help our local residents afford homes.
Good morning. My name is Ken Sauter. I am the CEO of Wakeland Housing and Development Corporation. Our organization is simply focused on affordable housing. It's all we do. We are an affordable housing developer. We're a local nonprofit that creates affordable housing for a wide range of people who need it, such as seniors and working families. Today I'm here to support the Newland Sierra development and Measure B. This is a project development that makes sense and is a better choice for our community. If there's one thing I'd like everybody to remember, and what I say today, is that this is a great opportunity to create more affordable housing. Wakeland is working with Newland Sierra to develop approximately 200 units of affordable housing for families and seniors as part of this development. and that equates to 10% of the total units that are built. And so, to me, this is an extremely important measure that we get this done, because we are talking about 200 units for families that need it. This means more than 200 more families and seniors who are struggling to afford rent right now will finally be able to make ends meet. And Wakeland is ready to build these homes, and we have been working, as I said, with Newland Sierra to make this happen. And they are committed to filling any gap or any committed to putting in the land or whatever else they need to do, other resources to make this a reality. And when I talk about affordable, I'm talking about 60% area median income and lower. And additionally, there are covenants in place that legally bind Newland Sierra to make this happen. So I want to note that also it was Newland Sierra who approached us to talk about affordable housing. They're the ones that decided to include affordable housing in this development. They did not have to, as I understand by the county requirements and regulations, they did not have to do that. So while they're not being required to do that, they in fact, the county does not really have an inclusionary housing policy that requires the inclusion of affordable housing in master plan communities. In my 25 plus years here in San Diego working in affordable housing, I've never seen such a high need as I do today. And we can help solve this housing crisis by building more affordable housing. So I'd just like to say that for all the time that affordable housing developers spend on financing, the design and the construction of affordable housing, and we spend many years putting together projects, in the end, the one thing that matters in this job is the fact that the residents have a decent place to live, they have disposable income, they're able to make their lives work in a better way, in a way that's meaningful to them. So there's nothing for me like seeing happy families and seniors whose lives have been changed for the better once they move into affordable housing. So I encourage you to support this project. Let's support the development of 200 more units of affordable housing for families and seniors that really need it, and it will make a difference in their lives. Thank you. And I'm supposed to introduce Cindy, who's a school teacher, next.
Thank you. My name is Cindy Lopez, and I teach at an elementary school in central San Diego. Although I don't live in North County, I know that more affordable price housing in the county benefits all of us. That is why I'm voting yes on B. With nearly zero affordability price housing options, home ownership has become less of a reality for families like mine. Not only is Measure B legally bound to ensure that over half of the community is attainable priced for working families, Measure B will also prioritize about 500 new homes for teachers, along with first responders and military personnel. Again, enforceable through a legally binding deed contract. Yes on B will provide the kind of housing that will directly benefit me and my colleagues, and allow many of those that serve our communities to be able to live closer to their work. This is the least we can do for our hardworking neighbors that spend their lives keeping us safe, protected, and educated. For the benefit of our local teachers, firefighters, public safety officers, active duty military, and veterans, among others, please don't be swayed by the misinformation in the Golden Door Spots ads. Please support those who are helping by voting yes on B. Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. I'd like to take a moment to recognize everyone gathered behind me. Our collective life's work is to benefit our community and make San Diego a better place for everyone to live. Together, we urge Golden Door Spa and local press to immediately stop spreading misinformation against Measure B that will only continue to worsen our current housing affordability crises, confuse voters, and harm local families. Standing here with me today is a strong bipartisan coalition comprised of people working together to better our community by voting yes on B. You'll recognize the Chicano Federation, Casa Familiar, Labor's Local 89, Deputy Sheriff's Association, and CAL FIRE firefighters. Among other community organizers, union members, affordable housing advocates, nonprofit leaders, and public safety officials. We are proud to stand up for working families, advocate for a more inclusive future, and reveal the truth so that San Diego County voters can be accurately informed on Election Day, March 3rd, 2020. We urge you to vote yes on Measure B this March. With that, I conclude our press conference. One-to-one interviews are now available with our coalition members. Thank you.